What's up, guys? I was just listening to Skip Bayless, and I want you guys to hear this. This isn't regarding. He was talking about Shedeur Sanders, the way he performed today, and everybody watched it. And he was talking about Shedeur is still fourth on the depth chart, and he's saying that he's not sure if the Cleveland Browns are smart enough for Shedeur to manage his career. They're not sure if they're smart enough to do it. And I want you to hear what he has to say in a second. I heard what Shannon Sharp and Ocho had to say, but I was curious to hear what Skip Bayless had to say. I was actually waiting for him. I was literally waiting for his response. So he went to his X account to explain how he felt from the game. And I'm gonna let you hear what Skip had to say, but it's a lot of stuff he said that everybody's gonna agree with in the game. But I wanted to add something to it. Shedeur never got any first team reps, and also I didn't really like how the coach addressed the media after the game. Shedeur was throwing he was throwing some passes out there that only a pro could throw of his caliber. Um, when he was threading the needle, when the window was very closed, you only have a few seconds to throw it. This is some of the things that they thought Shedeur might have trouble doing. But now Skip is coming out and saying it. He's coming out and saying exactly what happened now. He said they don't like how sure of himself he is. They don't like it. But the fact of the matter is, his dad was like that too. He was sure of himself and he backed it up. Shador is going out there and backing it up now. And if you listen to Skip closely, he's going to tell you exactly what happened in the NFL. I'm really thinking in my mind this was collusion. This was definitely. I feel like it was collusion that happened here, and it's a crime, by the way, guys. That's why I keep mentioning it's a crime. But he's saying that he's not sure if the Cleveland Browns are smart enough to know what they have here. And in fact, the way the coach talked after this, Shedeur is still going to be fourth on the depth chart, meaning that he's going to be on the practice squad. But it's one thing that the Cleveland Browns tweeted. Their organization tweeted something tonight. Do you see this picture right here? The Cleveland Browns tweeted the same picture. The organization tweeted this picture tonight too. Only a matter of time. Either they're playing in everybody's face and bringing him along slowly for the big bang, or Skip is not sold on it. He's saying he's not sure if they're smart enough here. And he said also, Skip, if you listen to him closely, he's explaining exactly what happened to Shedeur. He's saying a lot of coaches were scared to pick him because of his dad, because they thought that his dad was going to replace them. A lot of them were scared about it because they was like figured like the owners would just hire Coach Prime to coach him along, because it's not a matter of his skill that they were worried about. They know he has the skills. Did you know this was the easiest game that I ever seen Shedeur play? Did y'all know that? This is the easiest. This is the most relaxed I've ever seen him. And you know why? Because he finally had some 300-pound protection in all directions. And this wasn't even the first team offensive line, but the offensive line that's out there, they're still looking for a job as well. So they're going to perform at the highest level. This is the easiest I've ever seen him play. The easiest. For the past 2 years, he was under duress. This game was actually easier than Colorado. I don't know if you guys have really been watching, This is the easiest game I've ever seen him play. This is literally the easiest game I've ever seen him play, and it's in the NFL. Colorado was harder than this. His competition at Colorado was harder. It's not the NFL actually. The reason why it's like that is because he was under duress for the past 2 years. When he first got at Colorado, he was the most sacked quarterback, and that wasn't his fault. And then, yeah, and last year he didn't have adequate protection last year either. He was under duress and he took a beating. This time, he was so relaxed. He was really literally having fun out there. This is the first time. This might have been the first time in his collegiate career. I mean, counting his collegiate career, this might have been the easiest game. I'm talking about of all 4 years of his collegiate career. This might have been his easiest game, and it's an NFL game. And I had told people all he needed was adequate protection, and he's going to have fun. That's what you're seeing now. Yeah, this was the easiest game, and I know it's a preseason game, but this was his easiest game that he had in the last couple years. I would say in the last 2 years. I mean, yeah, he had to run a little bit. There was 2 times where he had to run a little bit, and he did get hit one time, but that was nothing to him. He'd been getting hit. That's nothing to him. We don't like to see him get hit as much, but this was the easiest game he had in 2 years. That's crazy. You would think this would be the hardest game. This is the easiest one. There's nothing these coaches could tell him about pressure. There's nothing. He's already been through it already. Um, but like Skip Bayless said, I'm not sold on this team, especially how the coach reacted at the end of the game at his press conference. I'm like Skip Bayless. I hope that there's a team out there that will pick him up. Because at this point, he's going to the practice squad. This is the reality that he's facing right now. He's facing practice squad. He's still fourth on the depth chart. Unless it changes Monday. Unless it changes when they go back to practice. If he don't get first team reps Monday, then you know he's still going to the practice squad. He said this is who I give credit for his development. It wasn't them. The credit for his development obviously is Coach Prime, Pat Shermer, and Jeff Blake. I'm not giving Brady no credit. I'm giving Blake all the credit. Jeff Blake, all the offensive coordinators he had in the past few years, that's who gets the credit. And also Daryl. Daryl actually the one got him here. And Coach Prime and Jeff Blake. Mainly in the last couple years has been Daryl. Daryl is the one that got him here. And here's another thing. If you notice before the game, he's doing the same warm-ups that Daryl had him do. So actually, Daryl gets a lot of credit here. It's actually not Stefanski, it's Daryl from Select QBs. Because Stefanski and the Browns, they left him out to dry. So it's not them. It's actually Daryl that got him here within the past few years. Because he was doing the same warm-up regimen that he did with Daryl, if you look before the game. You might as well have Daryl out there with him. This is the most time Rosecrans he's ever had in the pocket. He was having fun out there. He was like, what the fuck? I can sit in the pocket for a minute? Yeah, Shedeur, because you got adequate protection now. Yeah, you can sit in the pocket. You said what's funny, Max, Andrew Berry can take all the credit for draft 12. The owner disowned the pick and distance himself. Dylan is but check this out. Andrew Berry's not taking credit for it either. He said it was the owner. He's not taking credit for it either. Thank you, Hawaii, Chris. He's not taking credit for it either. That's why Skip Bayless is hoping that there's a team out there that can pick him up. Because at this point, he's practice squad. He's never gonna travel away for the games. You know, when they go travel away, he's not getting on the plane as it stands right now. I know. We're gonna listen to Skip Bayless in a second. Skip is telling it. He said a lot of coaches passed up on Shedeur because they didn't want to deal with the Deion situation. That's how he said it. They didn't want to deal with his father. That's why they passed on him. That's why Shedeur don't want him to come to the stadium. He wants him to stay away. Because Shedeur knows. He knows what's going on. And it's not his father's fault. It's just that they don't want him around. They don't want to have to deal with him. So you got to understand something. These owners are second and third generation now. These are not the same owners when Coach Prime was playing. They're not the same owners. This is a new. The only same owners you have is Jerry Jones. There's a couple owners left. There's Jerry Jones. When Coach Prime was playing, the owners from the Jets was around. The Giants was around. The owners from the Giants was around. The Jets was around. Washington had changed their owner. Obviously, Jerry Jones was around. There's only a couple of owners. The rest of them are second and third generation, or they're new. And the coaches, all the coaches, they weren't around when Coach Prime was playing. Some of them were players when he was playing, but not all of them. And they know exactly what the package deal is, what they bring to the table. These people are media magnets. They are. And that's what Skip was saying. Yeah, he got inside information. He's telling it. He said they didn't want to deal with, this is how he said it. They didn't want to deal with Deion. They didn't want to deal with him. And it's not Shedeur. It's not on Shedeur. And then they said, well, he said in an interview with a couple teams how great he is and how he's going to make them a winner. They didn't like that. Now, my question to you guys is, do you want your quarterback to be confident or not? They just didn't like it.
Made the entire national look like a whole bunch of petty fools, in some cases, racist fools, in many cases, Deion despising fools. Tonight at Carolina, Shedeur Sanders made all those teams that had 143 chances to draft him before he went 144th. He shamed all of them, including the Cleveland Browns, who finally took him in the 5th round. I'm convinced only because the owner, the publicity-starved owner, just wanted some more shock value publicity. Oh, we took him because he knew what would happen, that the national media would descend on Browns camp, make it a story that might distract the rest of the world from the mess that Jimmy Haslam has made of the Cleveland Browns, especially after he gave $230 million to Deshaun Watson. Good Lord, have mercy. I said before last college season started that Shedeur Sanders should go number 1 overall. It was either he or Travis, 1, 2, 2, 1, and I would go every time with the quarterback because he is the quarterback. He is him. He is the son of the greatest cornerback and, to me, the greatest athlete ever. Greatness flows through his veins, and I said it all year long. He should go 1 in the draft ahead of Cam Ward. My friend Mel Kiper began to echo, not me, but just echo that emotion, that point of view. I had Mel on my show, the Skip Bayless show, ahead of the draft. and Mel stood tall and strong for Shedeur, preached to my choir, and as I preached to Mel's choir, then Mel went off on draft night when he slid and failed to be taken by the entire National Football League, including Tom Brady's team. What was it, 5 times? Tom Brady's Raiders could have drafted him. You can't tell me that Tom Brady didn't say no, no, no to Shedeur. They didn't like his attitude. They didn't like his interviews. And I kept saying, watch the freaking tape. You could just watch it on TV. As you saw.
You see, he's telling it. He's finally telling. I knew somebody was going to tell it what he's actually describing the crime scene. He's telling us what happened now. I knew somebody was going to come out and tell us what happened. Why he fell so low. It wasn't because of his playing style. They didn't like his they say that he's cocky. They didn't like it. But again, you have to watch the film. You need a quarterback that's like that. You need a quarterback that's sure of himself. Okay? That's what you need. But they just didn't like it from that family. And then also he's gonna finish telling the story because he's saying that they didn't like his father. They don't. And Shedeur had kept saying that he's taking strays over it. And that's what happened. Brady also didn't like him. Brady also passed on him. Brady didn't like his attitude either. And let me tell you something. Brady told on himself. When he was talking to Prime, he was talking to Shedeur. They thought they were like really cool with him. Like they was like, yeah, what do you think about it? He's sitting up here talking about a car. Brady wasn't smiling when he said it. He said he needed to be in that playbook. Brady told on himself then. He didn't like his attitude. So he sure as hell wasn't going to draft him. He wasn't. You got to go back to the interview when you look at Brady when he said it. He said, you need to be in that fucking playbook. That's what you need to be. And he wouldn't draft him. It wasn't because of his skill. Tom know he can play. He know he can play. Yeah, they don't want anything to do with his father, man. Skip is telling it.
Again, tonight, I was not at all surprised by tonight at Carolina. Shedeur can flat out play the hardest position in sports to play. He can flat out play quarterback with poise and command and touch and accuracy and toughness and clutch toughness. There was no tougher quarterback in America the last 2 years as he played for Colorado with little to no protection the first year and only below average protection last year. Shedeur took a beating and just kept jumping up and making another completion. He led the nation in percentage of completions. He led the nation. And I kept saying, what is not to love about Shedeur?
Stop right there. He led the nation in completion percentage. He did all that with Travis, and then what you think he gonna do with Jerry Jeudy and the Njoku? What y'all think he get ready to do if he starts and Jerry Judy's out there and the Njoku is out there? What you think he gonna do then? They damn near now they're a playoff team. Now they're a playoff team now. That's how good of a quarterback he is. And he got protection too. He's not used to that. He's not used to having protection. Now he getting ready to go crazy. Now he getting ready to go get sick with it. That's why I tell you, you put him on Oregon team, they have the same record, if not better, if he was on Oregon. He was also recruited by Oregon back in the day. By the way, if anybody don't know that, he was. He was also recruited by Alabama. He was recruited by a lot of people. I know God's love, but this is what they're saying about him. This is why Skip Bayless is describing the crime scene. He's describing it. Let me explain it to you all again. Skip Bayless is describing what happened now. Now we know what happened on why he slipped. This is what they were thinking about him. And they don't want to deal with his father. And then you see Shedeur, he didn't even want him to come to the game. Even though he probably couldn't, because I think they had he probably could have flew out there. But I know they had media day and stuff like that. He's in Colorado. But he did say he didn't want him to come to the game. But the thing is, for us that's been watching him since Jackson State, we know this is his easiest game. This is his easiest game ever. I never seen him. I'm like, wait a minute, he ain't take a beating tonight? Because he took a beating for the past 2 years. This was his easiest game. The NFL, and also you know how slow it is? The game is slow. You see how many breaks they took? That actually benefits him. And you got to understand how dangerous he is. He threw for all those yards by getting sacked. Imagine if he didn't get sacked, he would have had his team in the playoffs damn near. If he had an adequate offensive line, they would have damn near went to the playoffs. He's not going to the Jets. The Browns going to somehow keep him. But listen, Skip is going to continue to explain what happened here.
Arm strength? Are you kidding? Did you watch him at Colorado? He has effortless arm strength.
Okay, the reason why he said that, because they also lied and said he didn't have arm strength. Did you see how he rifled that ball in, where the guy had only the receiver today can catch it? Well, he's been doing that at Colorado, the same throws. So what changed? They lied because they didn't want to have nothing to do with this kid. They said he didn't have arm strength. Oh, they also said he couldn't run. We all knew he can run. We've seen him run in the red zone and do the Deion dance. We've seen him do it. Yes, he can run. Yes, he's athletic. Yes, he does. He's very deceptive with it. He don't look like he can run, but he can. I've already said this. And now we having people going crazy. Oh my God, I can't believe he did this and that. You guys haven't watched him for the past 4 years. This is just business as usual, except that he didn't take a beating tonight. For the first time in 4 years, he hasn't taken a beating in 4 years. I watched him for 4 years take a beating. He really took a beating at Colorado, though. Jackson State wasn't that bad. He took a beating in Colorado. This is the first game I've seen in 2 years where he didn't take a beating. First time. And this in the NFL. You would think he would take a beating in the NFL. NFL will be easier for him. You think he threw over 3,000 last year? He's getting ready to throw for over 3,000 this year. But here's the problem, though. He's restricted by the playbook. He's restricted by the play calls. He's restricted. If they let him call audibles, he will throw for 4,000 this year. If they will let him audible. But they're not going to let him do that. The coach is going to sit there and call every single play. So if something doesn't look right, it's the coach's fault. If there's a play that doesn't look right, it's not coming from Shedeur. He's listening in his headset. And he's listening for the play. But here's the thing, though. I give him with the play call, and he did allow Shedeur arm to do something today. I do give him that. Pretty much all of Shedeur's attributes was on display today. But the only difference that we've seen within the past 2 years is he had protection today. He had legitimately, everybody was 300 pounds. He had bodyguards today. He didn't have it before. He had Jordan Seaton and a couple. That's it. Now he got legitimate bodyguards. Legitimate bodyguards. That makes him dangerous now. Because the reason why it makes him dangerous, because you don't sit here and throw for 4,000 yards in a runner-up for the Heisman Trophy, in the Johnny Unitas Award, in the most sacked quarterback. That means something went wrong. What went wrong was the protection. They couldn't protect him. Now you give him protection. Now he's getting ready to now he's getting ready to do something crazy with protection. If he did all that without protection, what you think he gonna do with NFL protection? If he start, he'll damn near take the Browns to the playoffs. as long as he's protected. But this right here, the way the game is always stopping and all that, that's tailored to Shedeur. He's a traditional type of quarterback, but he's not a statue. Tom Brady was a statue. He's not a statue. He can actually run. Go ahead, Skip. Keep telling us what happened with the crime scene.
He doesn't have like a Josh Allen cannon, but who does? Did Tom Brady? Heck no. Shedeur, sometimes mentored by Tom Brady. I think that was all for show on Brady's part, but sometimes mentored by Brady, actually reminds me of Brady in his feel for playing the position. Tonight didn't surprise me at all because Shedeur Sanders thrown into the fire for the Cleveland Browns, who now have 6 quarterbacks in camp, but only 2 healthy? Tyler Huntley and Shedeur. They had to play Shedeur because they had no choice. And you can't tell me that Kevin Stefanski, it sort of reminded me of John Elway and John Fox back in 2011 with the Tebow that they did not want. They inherited Tebow from the Josh McDaniels regime. Josh took him 5th overall. I said I'd take him at the bottom of the first round, just let him run his college offense, and he will win games, will Tim Tebow. And in his second year, after the team fell to 1-4 and they didn't have any other choice, they sort of said, well, let's let him play at Miami. He'll fall on his face mask, and then we can tell all those Tebow zealots out there, we gave him his chance. He can't play. It's over. And Tebow goes down and wins it in overtime in Miami, and the rest is obviously AFC West history because he took those Denver Broncos all the way to the AFC West title. And Shedeur is much more talented than Tim Tebow. Tebow was a force of nature, but so is Shedeur. Did you see how the team responded to him tonight? He left after 3 quarters and 45-ish snaps, I think it was. It's a lot of snaps for a preseason game, but did you see how the team responded? He looked so comfortable. He made them comfortable. He has such great body language because his father is Deion Sanders, Neon Deion, Coach Prime is his father, his teacher, his coach from 5 years old up was Deion Sanders until now. That was the first game he's ever played without his father coaching him. And he looked effortlessly comfortable. He showed you the whole repertoire. He's got a deep bag. He can make all the throws. Threw 2 touchdown passes in the first half to Caden Davis. Remember, Shedeur got thrown into a fire with very few training camp reps. Certainly he got, I think, no first team reps. So he starts the game with second and third teamers, and the first 2 series were against Carolina's starting defense. And Shedeur winds up throwing a touchdown pass to Caden Davis, who's bounced around the league as a former undrafted free agent. He can run a little bit, but he throws a touchdown pass. Dropped a dime between 3 defenders to Caden Davis for the first touchdown, and then he goes back later to Caden Davis on a blitz pickup by his back where Shedeur has to slide right, plant, throw, low laser. Doesn't have an arm. Did you see the low laser? Did you see the mustard on it?
Yeah, that's for people that say he don't have an arm. He threw a low laser for only the wide receiver to catch it. Now, here's where he really have an arm. I go back to what he did to LaJohntay Wester. They call it a Hail Mary. It actually was not a Hail Mary. It actually wasn't a Hail Mary. He drove to his left. He rolled out to his left and planted, and he threw the ball so hard he had to lean forward and he had to fall forward. That's how hard he threw it. He had to fall forward and he laid on his stomach and watched LaJohntay catch it. And he threw it at a certain point for only LaJohntay could catch that ball. That wasn't a Hail Mary. That was just a rifle he threw. So he's done it many times before. It's just that you would be surprised that a lot of scouts didn't watch him. teams, they just didn't want no part of him and his dad, yo. They just didn't want it. You would be surprised when a lot of people didn't even see that. For you to say that for you to write a scouting report and say that he doesn't have an arm, that means either you're lying or you didn't watch him. Do you realize he made the whole NFL look stupid tonight? Do y'all realize that this is a massacre? I've never seen nothing like this. Never. He made them all look stupid. Every last one. He made the Raiders look stupid. He made New Orleans look stupid because who was that person they drafted before him that went to New Orleans? They made him look stupid. They made them look stupid. He literally made every team look stupid tonight. Every team. This is a very unusual situation because we all knew he could do it. This ain't no surprise. He rifled it to LeJohntay. He's been doing it, but that's like he never had protection. He never had it. Now he has the protection. Even though these guys are second and third string, it's still better protection than he had because they're working for a job. They waiting. They trying to stay in the league. So he's gonna have the adequate protection. Did you see that right tackle he had? Man, that dude is huge, man. He wouldn't let nobody touch Shedeur. Not one. Or the left tackle. Shit, even the center was huge. Tyler So, he's better than Tyler So, man. He's better than that. That's why I'm not really happy with the league at all. Because they all got together and said they weren't fucking with his father, man. They all got together and said it. So I'm not really happy with none of them. I like him better than I like Trevor Lawrence. I'm dead ass. I'm dead ass with you when I say that. I like him better. If I was an owner, I would go back to what my coach said in high school. He said, you pull a hammy, you ain't in shape, yo. You pull a hammy this early, that means you didn't do something in the offseason. You didn't do something right. You came in here stiff. Man, he had two quarterbacks coming in stiff, man. I have never seen a 5th round draft pick take this many snaps in the preseason. Never seen it. And the reason why they're doing this for money because it's the most watched game. Man, I never seen a 5th round draft pick have the baby at the game with his jersey on. Never seen it. He had celebrities at the game, yo. Well, he's from Carolina, so that's why he was at the game. But look, he's from Carolina. He had Shedeur jersey on. The baby. He's from Carolina. Had Shedeur jersey on, man. We all here for Shedeur. We're not here for the NFL. I just don't like the NFL, man, for this. He had the president of the United States saying they're stupid. Crazy, man. Let's continue to hear this massacre here.
You see the velocity hitting Caden Davis right there, just above the turf. Touchdown number 2. Led him on another long drive in the third quarter for touchdown number 3. 21-7 it was when he left. He can win a lot of football games. He looked to me a lot like a number 1 overall pick tonight because that's what he should have been. It was the biggest disgrace in the history of the National Football League.
I agree. It's the biggest disgrace. They have a black eye here. I don't know how the optics are not going to look good in Cleveland now. So I'm not sure how they're going to fix this. The optics doesn't look good because the fans are. Listen, I know how the dog pound get down. They're going to start throwing stuff on that field if he don't get in that game. So if they start the season off 0-3, their shit going to be start throwing on that field. I know how the dog pound get down, yo. They are calling for him. They are calling for him to go in this damn game. Yo. Win or lose, they want him. Because you know why? He represents the blue collar. He's a hardworking quarterback. He's a blue collar quarterback. He went into the trenches, man, to go touch them, to go see how they doing. They want him. That's what they want. They want him. They want him, man. They see a blue collar quarterback that go chill with the kids. I saw when that kid put that dog collar, the dog pound chain on him. And then Shedeur tried to give it back to him. Okay, here you go. He said, no, that's yours. That's for you. The kid christened him into the dog pound. They want to see him, and I'm just telling you all this. I'm sitting up there in I'm watching a Carolina game. All I'm seeing is the dog pound out there. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing 12 jerseys. I did see some Jimmy Horn jerseys too. And I saw a lot of Colorado jerseys out there. Man, how fitting was that to him to come in the game with the Colorado book bag on, man? How fitting was that? How fitting was that? He representing the whole team, when he went in there tonight. He let them know he didn't forget about him. He said the dog pound, they hungry for an alpha dog. Well, Bernie Kosar retired. But who was he talking to when he in that interview? He was talking to Shedeur, wasn't he? What did he say about him? He said, I like your poise. I like everything. I like this. I like that about you. This is Bernie Kosar telling him this. He said, I like this about you, Shedeur. I like this and that. He said, I like your the way your knowledge of the game. He sat down with Bernie Kosar, man. Yeah, he came in playing. He always played the song before the game. He did that at Colorado, had somebody holding the boom box. And usually he had Jordan Seaton doing it. He had Jordan Seaton. Usually Jordan Seaton is the one that's holding it, and he's playing, listening to music. This time he had somebody else. He always do that. That's his thing. But I like how he had the. But when he threw that first long strike, I like how he checked his watch. He was looking to make sure his watch was working. I like how he was doing that. Wait, hold up. Is it working? Let me make sure my watch is working. I like that. Man, this he's what you call a superstar. He's a superstar quarterback. The dog pound knows it, trust me. So, like I said, the Cleveland Browns organization, they have a problem now. Because you let them start that season out 0-3. You let them start 0-4, they're gonna have a problem. Now, the good thing that Shedeur has, he has Flacco there. Because I saw Flacco when Shedeur came off the field, Flacco was right there coaching him. And you notice it wasn't really the quarterback, it wasn't the other coaches, it was Flacco doing it. So Flacco was the OG. Flacco was the one that giving him instruction. He was like, I like what you're doing. I could see what he was telling him. And then the Njoku was with him the whole time. They ain't never seen no shit like this. They were like, yeah, we're gonna help this kid. We're gonna see this kid through. So Flacco, he the OG. He's been there 19 years. He's already made it already. He already won his Super Bowl. He's just playing for the fun of it. But I like how he was in that kid's corner today. I love it. Because he know that, like, this kid got something here. He got something.
That somehow the sheepthink NFL wanted to teach Shedeur and in turn Deion a lesson.
You hear him, right? He's telling us the crime scene. He's telling us what happened. They wanted to teach him and Deion a lesson. He's telling it. He got inside information. He's telling it. Coach Prime know what happened too. But that's what happened. They wanted to teach them two a lesson. What lesson? I don't know.
For how he interviewed, I don't know, how he handled it, how he carried himself, that he was the highest paid NIL college player ever. He had a couple of luxury cars. He had the Rolls and whatever else he had. He had a Tesla, he had the Tesla Cybertruck. Yeah, he earned it. Did you see the stands? Boulder, every time he took the field, there was a lot of Deion, but it was a lot of Shedeur. he showed you against high-level competition, Big 12 competition, again and again and again without protection. He can throw it as sweetly as you want to throw it, any way you want to throw it. And he could, I kept saying last year, he can move. There's no statue in pocket. Did you see the first scramble for 10 yards tonight when he escaped?
Yep.
And hit the Jets? He's not Deion, obviously, but he can move. He can run. Did you see the scramble, the elusivity of he escaped and escaped and escaped, and he went backwards, and he does too much of the go backwards, but he kept escaping. They couldn't get him on the ground. He plays strong in the pocket. He's not the biggest kid at 6'2"-ish. What is he, maybe 205? Not the biggest kid. He just plays strong in the pocket. Trust me, plays Roethlisberger strong in the pocket. It's hard to get him on the ground.
He's big enough for the quarterbacks in the league. He's actually bigger than you think he is. When Bucky was at the game today, when Shedeur was walking past out in the tunnel before he went back out in the tunnel, you can see how big he is. He's actually gotten bigger. He actually gotten trim. He don't have the baby weight no more. He's actually a lot bigger. Shiloh got a lot bigger too. It's hard it hurts to bring him down. He's not a small man. He's not. It actually will hurt to sack him. It's hard to bring him down. But he's tough. He's a tough guy too, because he took an NFL hit tonight. He did. He took one. Yeah, he got a strong lower body. That's where his the strength comes in at his throws. You remember Jeff Blake talked about it. The strength is in your legs. That's where the strength comes in. It's not in your arm, it's in your legs. And it's your technique. And he has good technique. That's why I say he kind of looks like Jeff Blake a little bit. No, he's every bit of 225. He's not 205. He's about 225 or 230. You can see him when he went past Bucky's camera tonight. You can see how big he is. Shiloh's like that too. I didn't realize Shiloh was I didn't think Shiloh was 6 feet. He's actually 6 feet. I didn't believe he was that. I didn't think he was that tall. He actually is. Yeah, these kids are a lot bigger than you think they are.
He escaped and then he should have thrown it away. But remember, he runs out of bounds because he's trying to make a play, because he's going to have a hard time making the team in Cleveland. In Cleveland, they well could be the worst team in the league.
Do you hear what he said? He has inside information. He said it's going to be hard for him to make the team. Y'all heard that, right? Y'all hearing it. He's not lying. This as good as he played tonight, guys, he's still fourth on the depth chart. He's still on the practice squad. They only bring 3 quarterbacks to the game. 3. That's it. That's the reality what he's still facing. But it's like that pitcher said, it's only a matter of time. Somebody's going to look. Somebody may have to pick him up. I don't know who it's going to be. And he's going to say it in a second. He's not certain that the Browns are smart enough to deal with him. Did you know that did you know that Shedeur can also call audibles like Peyton Manning used to do? He knows how to do it. He did it at Colorado. He just didn't do it to the frequency of Peyton Manning used to do. But if he see the defense and he sees something wrong, he can audible. But I'm not sure if they're going to allow him to do this. Because Stefanski and them, I like I said, man, they're low tier coaches. They're low tier. They're not Andy Reid. But unfortunately for Shedeur, Bill Belichick is in the college now. He'll be better with Bill Belichick. He will be better with somebody like Bill Belichick, like somebody that's top tier, that understands his knowledge of the game, and let him fly. He gonna say it in a second. He's not sure if these people are smart enough to deal with what they got here, or they may not know what they have, and they might not care. That's how losers operate. This a losing team, and the stars on the team, they happy they got their money. But here's the thing, though. They see that they can win with him, though. That's what they want to do. I'm not sure if this is the like I said, with like Skip said, I'm not sure if they're smart enough to deal with this. But yeah, he more than likely might go somewhere, Thomas. I'm not sure if it's the Rams, but he might go somewhere.
Flacco and Kenny Pickett and Deshaun's still there. They drafted Dylan Gabriel, 100 spots ahead of Shedeur. I know Dylan Gabriel inside out. I'm a University of Oklahoma fan. I know he finished at Oregon, but I watched him for 2 years at OU. Like I watched him back at Central Florida, and he doesn't have Shedeur's arm. He's not bad. He was a really good college quarterback. Shedeur's going to be a really good pro quarterback if somebody has the guts to give him the shot. If somebody has the guts to go against the now conventional wisdom in the NFL that no, not Deion, not Shedeur. You can't. Deion's going to be involved. And then all the coaches were scared to death. If you draft Shedeur, Deion's going to be the stage father. And the next thing you know, your owner's going to want to hire Deion to be the head coach, to coach Shedeur.
See, he's telling it. He's telling it what the coaches were thinking. He's telling it. They didn't want Shedeur because they were afraid that his father was going to be there and then might end up taking their job. Maybe they heard Coach Prime when he said the only way he'll coach in NFL, he coached both his sons together. They didn't like that. So I guess they figured, you know what? We're just not going to draft him. We're not going to deal with him. I know, Al, but Skip is telling like what they're thinking right now. Obviously, he got inside information. I believe he's telling it. He's telling it.
That's why they all fought against him. No, there's no doubt Stefanski fought against him. He didn't want Shedeur. Stop it.
Nope.
No way. Shedeur is not at this moment, but he will be better than Joe Flacco. He will be better than Pickett. He already is better than Dylan Gabriel. Heck, right now, what's left of Deshaun, he's better than Deshaun. I used to love Deshaun in Houston for a while until he had his off-field issues that just wrecked him psychologically, wrecked his confidence, wrecked his psyche. Shedeur never been in trouble for anything. There's no issue there. He's full of himself. I got it. And some of his, I heard all the stories, some of the things that he said to some of the teams about how great he's going to be. He just believes it. He grew up that way. Look who his father was. You want to talk about confidence? There's never been a more confident athlete in the history of the world than his father. And his father taught him to be you and be me. Be who I am. Be who we are. You're a Sanders. You came from me. Did you see his entry tonight? His entrance to the, off the bus, up the tunnel at Carolina. He was the Reaper. He had that kid, Tony Brown, was helping him with his entry, carrying the boombox for him, the Reaper's sickle. Yeah. When you see what Deion tweeted, again, I love that because that's who he is. He wasn't going to shrink up and close up, play their game, play the way that he's supposed to be as a potential franchise quarterback. Nope. He's Shedeur. If he couldn't back it up, I wouldn't back him up. But he can flat out back it up as he did from snap number one. I know he missed a couple throws, not he was going to. But by the third quarter, he's playing with third and fourth stringers. Third and fourth. They're just trying to get through the night, the first preseason game.
The crazy part about it is he was playing with third and fourth stringers. He made them look good. Imagine what he's going to do with the first string. They're not letting him play with the first string Monday. I'm just telling you guys this. He's not playing with the first string. He's not doing it. Because if he played with the first string, he's going to outduel all the other quarterbacks. They're not doing it. They just don't want to. They don't want to deal with it. They just don't want to deal with what's going on here. And they have a problem, though. They may have to deal with it because the fans is going to let them know about it. You wait to that. You wait to the third or fourth game of the season. and see what's going to happen in Cleveland. They're going to start chanting his name, and they might start throwing stuff on the field if they lose. Yeah, Gentry had 3 carries for -1 yards. He didn't play. How many snaps did Gentry play? I think he only played like what? Not even a quarter. Thomas. He didn't even play a quarter. They took him out. Shedeur made the 3rd and 4th string look good. He made listen, I told y'all the Jets could use him, but that's a shame when I had to say, damn, I'm resorting to the Jets. But the Jets, they have a quarterback, even though his toe is dislocated. But they, you say Cam Ward look weak. I got to look at the highlights.
He backed it up. I love the entrance. I love it. You could tell Njoku talking to Shedeur on the side. You could tell all the quarterbacks like him. He's very likable because he's a good kid. And he will fight on the football field. Maybe he doesn't look, maybe he comes across as a little goofy silly sometimes in his interviews. Listen, you want to talk about clutch?
Okay, I had mentioned that before. He does have a playful spirit when he's off the field. But when he puts that helmet on, he turns into somebody else. That's what I said. He has a switch he turns on. When he turned that helmet on, it all starts when he gets out there on the field before the game, when he's going through his workout regimen. Perfect example. When Cam Newton was out there messing with him, he wasn't dissing Cam. He wanted to concentrate and lock in. He told Cam, I'll talk to you after I'm done. After I'm done warming up. That's when I'll talk to you. But right now I'm warming up. That's how locked in he is. Cam could tell you that because Cam, he had a run-in with Cam Newton. He wasn't dissing Cam. He was him and his quarterback coach. Him and his quarterback coach was locked in. That's what he does. He go through that workout regimen when he throwing that little ball against that thing. How he twisting his leg, his hip. Like, that's what he was doing tonight. He does the same workout regimen. We all see it. And when he's locked in, he's locked in. What did he say to the reporter at the end of the game? I didn't really see the fans as a blur because I can't hear them. Because he's locked in. That's what you call being in the zone. Jordan talked about it. When you can't, everything looks like a blur at this point. If you ever played sports before, you know how you have a few moments of where you just perfect. It's called the zone. That's how he zones out. He don't even see the fan until after the end of the game. Then he'll see him. Then he's back to his playful spirit. Even when he walks into the game, when he's playing his music and he's walking a certain way, that's like a ritual he's doing. He's locking himself all the way in. And as soon as he get out there and start working out, he's in a zone already. The only thing that was missing tonight is him and Coach walking together and talking. That was the only thing. This is the first time in his playing career he didn't have that. And guess what? He still went out there and showed the fuck out. He still went out there and did it. And what did he tweet? Thank you, God. God, thank you. He tweeted after the game.
Clutch. Go look at the end of the Baylor game and tell me about clutch. Saw what Wester did last night. Go look at the touchdown pass he caught on whatever it was. One was 3rd down, then they had to repeat it and he had to throw it again. Go look at it. Just clutch tough. I kept asking, what's not to love about Shedeur? Oh, Deion. He's too flashy, splashy, dashy, too this, too that. You can't operate like that as a quarterback. This kid can. I believed in him from the start. I stuck by him. I've had a whole lot of people tell me I'm wrong. Don't like his attitude, this and that. Did you see him tonight?
See, he's telling you guys what the people are saying about him. They didn't like his attitude. They didn't like that he was sure of himself. They didn't like it. They never like when we're sure of ourselves. We have to keep our head down, show our teeth, and don't say nothing. I'm telling you, that's how these people operate. Okay, they want you a certain way. Now I'll tell you who would love him, but I know he's sitting there licking his chops right now. Lord have mercy. Dallas Cowboys owner. Oh my God. Oh my God, yo. I've already know he watched the game tonight. I know he did. I could feel his presence. I know he watched this game tonight, and I know he's like, you know what? I wanted the kid in the first any fucking place. I wanted him first. I wanted him first. See, Jerry don't give a damn if he ain't humble. He likes that. There'll be a match made in heaven because they're the same. They both they like that limelight. But Shedeur could back it up. Prime backed it up. Oh my God, Jerry probably in the wings right now, trying to figure out how he can get him. Lord, please don't let him go to Dallas, man. And not Dallas. Not Dallas, man. Not Dallas. He probably sitting there like, you know what? Okay, he got his confirmation. Now he know the kid can play. That ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? I could see him. I could just feel him being in the mix now. Like, all right, if y'all don't want him, we'll take him. We'll take him. He'll fill all them seats up in Dallas Stadium. I know Thomas, it's like he going home because he from Texas. So he going home. But you said not Dallas. I know, remember when I never forget when he met with Jerry Jones, how Jerry was his ego ain't too big for Shedeur. That man, he will love Shedeur there. He will love him there. I mean, he known Shedeur since he was a kid, man. He actually know him. So he's like, yeah, Prime, let me come, let me take your son. Let me take him. I just feel I hope not, but I just feel that he gonna try to do it. I just feel like it.
So what's the end of Shedeur now? Where is he? I don't know. I just hope somebody out there watch that, puts the tape in on Monday and watches it again. Somebody in need of a quarterback and says, you know what? If we could pick him up for a 4th round pick, we should, just for the season, next couple of weeks, we should go pick him up and see what he could do for us. He's the future in Cleveland, but I just don't know if the Browns are smart enough to see that.
See?
He's obviously going to command more reps in practice, but preseason reps, I don't know. I just don't know if he's moved their needle in their brains.
See?
All I know is he can play. Somebody out there needs to snap out of it and just slash through the grain that is the NFL, the Deion, Shedeur hating NFL, and just say, no,
See? He said he's hoping that somebody will slash through the grain. This is an overall consensus on how they feel about his father, man. He's saying it. They just don't want to deal with it. But somebody, I already know who the one that's going to get that'll love him. That's the Dallas owner. Oh my God, he'll love to have him there. But he don't. But see, the problem is he signed Dak to all that money. So he married to Dak. He's married to him. It's not Jerry. It's the rest of the owners. See, Jerry already got a quarterback that he don't pay the Brinks truck to. So him and Dak is married. So so I guess it didn't make no sense for him to draft a quarterback because he paid Dak like over 200 some million that's guaranteed. If Dak get hurt tomorrow, he'll be paying Dak well into the 2030s. I'd be damn near 60 years old by the time Dak finished getting paid. Okay? That's reality. The Knicks just finished paying Allen Houston a few years ago. If y'all didn't know that. Well, here's the thing about Atlanta. I thought about Atlanta, but they got 2 quarterbacks there. They got Michael Penix, and they have what's his name? I don't think Atlanta is the likely spot. Yeah, the Browns are still married to Watson as well, even though he's hurt. They got what you gonna do? Not play Watson no more? You just paid him $230 million, guaranteed. I know they was sitting up there, and he introduced Shedeur to everybody. What you think they thinking about him now? Now they really know he can play. I honestly, guys, I hate to say it, that old man up there in Dallas is going to try to get his way into the mix now. Because he see the possibility. He'll have Bucky there with the camera and everything, messing with Jerry. Jerry loved the spotlight. He loves it. I remember he just recently said, like, he thought about giving up his position, then he snapped out of it. He just can't do it. He can't give up that position, man. It could work at Dallas. His jersey will sell out at Dallas.
We're going to do this. You want to win? You want to win games? You want a franchise quarterback? You want the truth at quarterback? Not some desperate mystery man at quarterback that you can never trust. You want the truth? This kid's the truth. He will change your whole franchise, the confidence level. The body language will change if he takes your field and commands your huddle. It's the hardest position to play, and he commands it. He owns it. He owned it tonight. So many big throws. There was a third down throw, third and long out of the end zone. Just a rocket. You kidding me? Tell me I'm wrong about Shedeur Sanders, National Shameful League.
That was it. He called the National Shameful League. I agree. Minus a few teams, though, because some teams that need a quarterback. Now, I will say this about the Saints. They didn't think that their quarterback was going to retire on him. And he retired. He retired after the draft. So that's why they didn't really want to go with Shedeur because they already had two quarterbacks. So they didn't really want to go with him, even though they picked up the other quarterback, which didn't make no sense. But I guess they felt like they didn't have to pay him a lot of money over the course of 5 years. They wouldn't have to pay him a lot. They just let him go. But in my mind, they wasted a draft pick. The Saints did. In that particular position, they wasted a draft pick. But they must have been all on code, I guess. That's the National Shameful League, man. And we know we know, this was his easiest game. This is the easiest game I've seen him play in 2 years. This was really easy. This was a walk in the park. Considering where he came from, this is a walk in the park. All those throws he made at Colorado, those are routine throws by him. This wasn't nothing. It wasn't nothing spectacular he's been doing this. This was just a regular. This is practice for him. This is actually practice. This is practice. It really was practice because we used to it at Colorado. The only difference is he wasn't running for his life all the whole game. This is practice. I'm just telling you, it was practice. And he was practicing against the first team defense in Carolina. It was practice. This was just practice. That's all it was. He was just sitting there, just like I said, like let me make sure my watch still working. I just wanted to make sure it's practice. It was routine. It just practice. That's all it was, man. Just practice. But coach, I know coach is happy. I know Coach Prime is happy. He's sleeping tonight smiling. Like, man, this was something else tonight. My boy did it. He said the 2-string offense was an upgrade for him. Yeah, it was an upgrade. Wait till he get to the first team. He really gonna show out because this was practice. Wait till he get to the regular season with the first string. Got Jerry Judy and them out there. He really gonna show his ass then. He really gonna show out. He gonna show out then. But I'm telling you right now, that man in Dallas see that. He said, "Man, oh, I want that kid right there." Yeah, he like, man, because yeah. So I don't know, man. To be honest with you, though, I just don't see the Browns letting him go now. Just because he's a fan favorite, he's selling the jerseys out. The crowd came to see him. It was the most watched preseason game. It's business at this point. Like, nah, I'm not letting him go. Nah, man, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. We got a star over here. I'm not doing that. It's only up. Yeah, it has to be up. Yeah, but Ryan, Skip came out and said it. He's not sold on if they smart enough to deal with him. I'm not sold on it either. I don't even want Arch going there. Actually, Arch is not going there. I know there was a rumor that they're waiting for Arch. Arch not going there. His grandfather not allowing this. He's not allowing it. You guys are not treat my grandson this way. Yeah, he's not going there. So Arch going to either the Giants or somewhere like that. That's where he's going. He probably go to the Giants because his uncle played there, and they got a good relationship with the Giants. He probably go to the Giants. He's not going there. They ready. They shit with Njoku, Jerry Judy, and the offensive line they have. They ready for a playoffs now with Shedeur. They ready for the playoffs. That's a playoff team. Damn near. They got the good defense. They got some good things going on. But they just, I remember it all goes back to what the owner said. I didn't want to draft it. This wasn't on me. It has to start at top. That's why it's still a problem. I heard what his mother said tonight. I was listening to her, how relieved she looked. It was stressful. I know it was. They wanted him to do well. And they know that they're trying to set him up for failure. And he passed the test tonight. She looked relieved, man. I saw she was just live. Everybody's stomachs probably was churning, even though they knew he was going to do fine. But still, it's just, you're a worried parent. I know Coach Prime was nervous. He's a parent first before he's a coach. He wanted his boy to do well. No, Arch is staying his whole senior. He's staying to he graduating. He's not going nowhere until he graduates. He's staying the whole 4 years. The preseason did break numbers. I have to look at the official numbers. It's online. They got it reported already on the numbers already. Yeah, Shedeur is already projected to make over 186 million in Cleveland. Probably two something, 2+. Yeah, you're right, 220 million plus. Actually, over 230. If they gave Deshaun 230, he's probably projected to make over 230 million if he stay in Cleveland. He's probably looking at 240 or better because it only goes up as the years go on. You said you was nervous, and it's not even your son. I know you're a little nervous, right? Like I knew he was gonna do it. I was like, he gonna throw for a couple of touchdowns. I said he good for a couple of touchdowns a night because his routine is just practice. He was just practicing out there. Did you see that touch pass when he told him to keep going and then he touched it and the guy caught it with one hand? That was a perfect pass. It was perfect. That don't look like no damn 5th round pick. That's a 1st round pick. That's the overall #1 consensus 1st round pick. That's what he was. Yeah, man. I just you saw it, right? He told him to keep going. He waved them off, and then he just lobbed it. It was a touch pass, and then the guy just caught it one hand. That guy that caught it, he made the team. Shedeur made him look good tonight, and he got his tight end in the game. Threw it to him. You said the Hall of Fame preseason game as a whole drew 6.9 viewers, according to Fox News. That's a lot of viewers. Yeah, he made them all eat crow tonight. Like, y'all crazy. Who pulled his hammy? Who pulled his hammy tonight? Hope he didn't. I saw him riding on a bike. I hope he didn't pull it. I saw him riding the bike in between snaps. I mean, in between series. Now, Shedeur broke that 6.9 million views tonight. It was more than that. You had celebrities watching. You had LeBron James commenting on it. Oh, the guy that caught the touch pass, that's a shame. Oh, I didn't see that. Damn. I guess he like, damn, he ain't used to getting all that work. All them passes was zooming his way, yo. The door, like he making sure he was getting his work tonight. I just want to see him work with the first string. I want to see him work with Njoku and Jerry Judy. Imagine what he did with Travis. What you think he about to do with Jerry Judy? Huh? They about to break records. He did it with shit. He did it with Travis. What you think he about to do with Jerry Judy? Oh, it's gonna get ugly in the game. It's gonna get ugly. I'm telling you. You said your great uncle watched the game. It had to be about 15 million. Everybody was watching him tonight, yo. That was good TV tonight. Everybody was watching him. And then he just gave up the iconic pose with the watch. That's iconic. And Nike caught it only a matter of time. You said the Browns, I know they had a chance to draft him. I know. I'm sure glad they didn't. Browns ain't want no part of Travis either. They crazy, man. They crazy. Yeah, he threaded the needle on that second touchdown pass. He threaded the needle. That was crazy. Because he got protection, Thomas. That's why. He ain't know what to do. He had so much protection. You said they would need the West Coast installed if he gets to play with the first team. Yeah, he's a Nike contract, Rich. Yeah, he does. That's why Nike put that out there. Nike made that picture. They said only a matter of time. Yeah, he also threaded the first one as well. It was going through the window. The window was closing. He caught it. Yep. That's an NFL throw. That's he zoomed that thing in like he was Dan Marino. That's a Dan Marino throw. Dan Marino had the quickest release in the game. I never seen nobody release that quick. Dan Marino. Who else? It was Dan Marino. Elway could do it. Marino could do it, of course. Montana could do it. Vic could do it. It's a very hard throw to make. That's why they said it's the hardest position in the game to play quarterback. Very hard. He made it look easy with the poise. He was not nervous out there. That's what I noticed the most. He wasn't nervous. Why should you be? You got all them 300-pound men blocking. He ain't used to all that. You said so much. I think he was eating a donut and drinking water. Yeah, he was, man. He had pressure in the game in Colorado. I ain't see no pressure on him in this game. He said Judy think he get two teeth. I know the Joku thinking that too. Like, damn, I could do all type of shit with him. You know what I'm saying? Judy thinking I got at least two a game messing with him. He threading the needle like that. Damn. See, it's one thing for him to do it in practice, but he's actually doing it in a game against the first team defense. You said the Rams, the Saints, Pittsburgh can't forgive Tomlin, Miami, Tua injury prone. Yeah, they all crazy. All of them. He made them all look stupid. Well, you mean the next game, Brock. The next game Dylan got to play. As far as I'm concerned, and if Dylan was, it's supposed to be Shedeur and Dylan getting the most reps. That's where it's supposed to be. Shedeur take the first half, Dylan take the second. But he got a hammy problem. Well, Tomlin went with Aaron Rodgers. I think that's what they think they were going to get anyway. They were seeing if they could try to get him. I think that's what they had on their mind. You said they saying Shedeur is getting more reps next week, but what kind of reps he getting though? Is he getting first team reps? What kind of reps he getting? He earned it tonight, whatever how many reps he getting. Oh, he met with Tomlin? I didn't know that. I'm just telling you, you said, why do you think they brought in? Because everybody's injured. That's why they brought Huntley in. Shedeur needed help tonight. He couldn't play the whole game. Yeah, Rodgers ain't the same, man. They just weren't sold on Shedeur. They sold on him now. I know they are. They're like, oh my God. They all look stupid, to be honest with you. They all look stupid. And Skip told it tonight. They think he too braggadocio. That's what they didn't like it. He was telling the story tonight. But I don't care about the braggadocio part. He's an athlete. You want your quarterback to be confident. But the most important thing is, what's his skill set looking like? That's the only thing I care about. Can he run the team or not? Yes or no? The answer is yes. You said Dart better look good tomorrow. Yeah, Dart better do the same thing Shedeur did tonight. Or the Giants are already stupid. So I'm not giving the Giants a pass. The guy from New Orleans better play better. That's what I'm looking for. The guy from New Orleans to show out. We don't even need to look at all that. We just know that they made a mistake. But shout out to Shedeur for all the adversity he went to, and he didn't let them break his spirit. And he went out here and showed out tonight. You know what that means? You need a quarterback with that kind of resolve, with that kind of resilience. I need somebody like that. So when you get down clutch, you need somebody to still believe you can win. That's what I need, yo. I need somebody with that type of character. You said they still got Deion on their minds with that. Yeah, they still got him on that. I know they do. And he said he couldn't contain himself tonight. He said something tonight. You know, he was tweeting. He couldn't. I know he couldn't contain himself. His boys out there showing out. He couldn't contain himself. You know he was glued to that TV, man. Come on, Shedeur. Come on now. Come on now. Come on, 12. Man, Shedeur out there relaxed, man. Thanks, Brock. Man, Shedeur out there relaxed. I knew he was relaxed when he went into the game when he was playing his music. You know how he do at Colorado, had George Seaton holding the boom box. There you go with the boom box. He's doing his little walk. That's a ritual he do. You know what I'm saying? Get himself psyched out for the game. You know what I'm saying? Put on the you know, just the way he do. The one sleeve, you know, cut the sleeve off, have one sleeve, his throwing arm, cut that sleeve off. Everything is Colorado, what he been doing at Colorado. Everything. And here he go running the ball. I told him he not a statue. But in that red zone, you got to watch him, though, in the red zone. Because in the red zone, if he has daylight, he's going to take it. If he got daylight. If he ain't got no other option and you giving him daylight, he's going to take it. And he will lower that shoulder. He will lower that shoulder to try to get the touchdown. He will do it. So that's something right there. They didn't do the skinny on him, yo. Not properly. Yo, he's the main story right now. You said you don't change what you got, what got you there. Yeah, he didn't change it, Al. He did the same ritual, the same walk-in. He did the same warm-up, but you know, when he warming up, he do his ritual, how he warms up, he did the same thing. And then he went in the game. I'm like, damn, is this kid nervous or not? He ain't nervous. Do he realize he in the NFL game? He just don't know what being nervous is about. He don't know that. He don't understand it. He ain't got it in him to be nervous. Al, he just out there having fun. Like, damn, what nervous for what? I got protection out here. They trying to make the team too. So you see that right go? You see that right tackle? How big he was? Shit, he had some adequate protection this time. Shit, 300 pounds or better. Everybody, even the center, 300 pounds. Yeah, he had real protection tonight, for sure. He got people out there that's looking to make millions protecting him. Yeah, he called him grown. Yeah, I don't know how he get. He don't have. Do he ever get nervous? The fuck? Like, do nothing. He don't get nervous. Yeah, he had that wall in front of him. Even though it's the second and third string wall, it's still better than the walls he's had. Minus a few. I like Jordan Seaton. You know, he's a first round draft pick in the future. And I like, believe it or not, I like Kareem Harden. Kareem Harden looking good, man. So he had some protection, but now he got full protection. He got bodyguards. That's what I call them. He said, "You so proud of Shedeur saying this. The coach had got your back. So play on, be confident." Yeah, they got him, Angel. He did his thing. Angel, he played Angel would just practice tonight. That's all it was just practice. He's just out there practicing. Out there, he's just out there moonlighting, just practicing. That's all it was. It was just a little friendly practice. And shout out to Jimmy Horn, just out there practicing. Man, Colorado, let me tell y'all something real quick. The practices at Colorado was more strenuous than this shit. I'm just telling you this. Coach Prime has already prepared them already. Their practices are grueling, which makes this is a lot easier. He was running for his life for the past. This is the easiest game I've ever seen him play. The past 2 years, he was running for his life. This was practice. I know he was. It was so easy. It was practice. He said, Prime said, give grown time. He got it now. He got the time. Man, when I knew it, when he lined up on the center, they damn near drowned him. That's how big the offensive line was. I said, oh yeah, he good now. He good. I'm like, is he out there? Yeah, the right tackle was huge, man. The left tackle was huge. And they trying to make the team. They're not gonna let nothing happen to him. Like, we try to make this team, man. Because remember, the second and third string, they damn near for offensive line, they made the team already. They're on the team. If they're second string, they're on the team. So you know that for you to be a second string in the NFL on the offensive line, you are good. You're good. To even be on the second team, you're good. You're good. You know what I'm saying? These some big boys, man. There's some hog. You said there's some hog though out there. Yeah, man. That's all he needed for the past 2 years. If he had that, they would have been in the Big 12. They could have went to the Big 12 if he had that type of protection. Dylan had that protection. Dylan Gabriel had an offensive lineman that got drafted in the first round. I mean, the second round, first or second. He had two of them going to draft. So think about it. Yeah, he made them look great. The tight end and the wide receiver. Yeah, them boys was playing today, man. I see him congratulate. Did you see him walking back out the tunnel with his offensive line? The bodyguards was with him. That's what I like to see. He was walking with his bodyguards, man. Like, we got you, man. Yeah, I saw LeJounte had the 75 punt return. Yes, that was easy for him. He gonna have a couple of those this year. He gonna do that. That's his assignment. And he doing a wide receiver. He good now. He's on the team for sure. And he got a hell of a quarterback too. Holy shit. LeJounte gonna make something happen with him. He got a quarterback, man. He got a damn quarterback over there. So yeah, he gonna be good, man. I like Bryce Young tonight too. Notice Bryce didn't play that much, but for what Bryce played, Bryce looked good tonight. Bryce can move, man. Yeah, Shedeur was really cool under pressure, man. Man, he don't realize, man, everybody was watching tonight. Now, when we see Travis and them play, we only go see Travis for a couple series. That's it. I don't even think they might play him in the preseason, to be honest with you. So hopefully we see him play a little bit, but I don't know. You said, but Coach Pryor can't go. Yeah, that's bull junk. Of course he can coach. Look at all them. Look at all of his kids. Look at all his boys doing good in the NFL tonight. Look what Jimmy Horn doing. Look what LeJounte doing. The only thing we got worried about is Shiloh. Shiloh, please hit between the numbers. Please. Because them refs going to be watching you. I do not want him to get kicked out the game. Because he's going to level somebody. You just wait and see. That's the only thing I'm worried about him. Please hit him between the numbers, Shiloh, because them refs, if you even sneeze on the receiver, they're going to kick you out the game. I ain't worried about him. Because if it looks nasty, they're gonna give him a flag. So Shiloh would have did well back in the early 90s and like that, early 2000s. Now you got to be careful how you hit. Because he playing like the way he hits, he could have been on the Legion of Boom. He could have been on that squad. You said Will Shepherd caught a TD for Green Bay. See, that goes to show how good that Colorado team was. They just didn't have enough ball to go around. They didn't. I mean, they had Travis, they had Jimmy Horn, they had Will Shepherd, they had LeJontay Wester. You see what I'm saying? They didn't have enough to go around. They ain't have enough ball to go around, but everybody got their opportunity when they can get it. Shedeur did spread the ball around, but it just wasn't enough time in the game to get everybody. You know what I mean? But they were all good though. You said the Giants don't play well. That coach might be gone. Well, the Giants do have Russell Wilson. I don't know how long he's gonna be playing for. They got Jameis Winston. I think what's going to happen with their draft pick, he'll be third on the depth chart. He's behind Jameis right now. It's going to be Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, and the rookie. That's how it's going to be. It was supposed to be Shedeur in the mix, but, shit fell apart. Because Russell signed for a year deal. It was supposed to be him learning under Russell. But it's okay that he's learning under Flacco. Flacco been there 19 years. And I like that when Shedeur was on the sidelines, Flacco was right there. Joe Flacco was right there giving him instruction. Like, yeah, I like what you're doing. I like this. I like that. Keep it up. And then the Joker was with him too. So they were with him, guiding him along. They were with him. I know they trade. I know the Giants. I don't know how they let him go. I think he may have wanted to go. You talking about Barkley, right? I think he really wanted to go. Did he play at Penn State? So he's close. He's yeah, he's closer. I mean, Eagles, he close to Penn State. He played at Penn State. I honestly think he really wanted to go. I don't know if they was able to keep him there. The rest is history. Won a Super Bowl now. So he said, I bet Russell, Rodgers, and Flacco will retire too. Yeah, I think so. But it would have been good for Shedeur to be with Russell, but Flacco was just as good. You said they all look stupid tonight. You're absolutely, yeah, James. See, the thing is, we already know what he could do. This is just practice for us. We just see him. We just happy he got protection. I mean, he did take a hit tonight. Come on, Shedeur. You did take a hit now. I was a little worried when that dude teed off on you tonight and you needed help getting up. I saw you. You raised your hand for them to lift you up because you're on your back. That's the only thing I was worried about. Like, please get up. He did take a shot. But other than that, he was good to go. It's just business as usual. It's just that he got protection now. I don't think he didn't probably know how to act tonight. He had that much protection. He didn't know how to act. But they said he's supposed to get some more reps. So we're gonna see. Flacco don't care. Like, look, man, I've been here 19 years. I'm just gonna show him the way, man. Because I'm good. He literally been in the league since Shedeur was 3. That's how long he been in the league. Shedeur was 3 when he got drafted. 3. It's crazy, man. Been in the league that long. Yeah, he would have to get more reps. They tried to get Watson to mentor 12. Hell no, mess around and get. Hey, let me leave Watson alone, man. He rehabbing. And I think he said his rehab coming along nicely. I'm sorry, God, they're gonna have to play Watson. They don't pay him $230 million. They gotta play him. See what he can do. I mean, at best, let 12 back him up because I mean, $230 million. They damn near married to him, man. If he can't go, then put 12 in. That's it. I've been trying to tell him he's a different type of person when he put that helmet on. See, when he take the helmet off, yes, he's lighthearted. He's signing autographs. He's chilling with the kids. He's lighthearted. He put that helmet on. He turned into something else. He all business. I saw him on the sidelines. The quarterback coach talking to him. Everybody's around him. I saw it. And I saw what the head coach said tonight, too, in his press conference. Didn't like what he said, but it's all good. Yeah, that Achilles injury, Ryan, is not good. And he re-aggravated it. You simply ain't. He's married now, though, Al. Watson got married. He stay out of trouble now. I don't even know exactly what he did that was wrong. What did he do? Like, just getting massages? Like, what's wrong with that? Like, I don't get that whole story. I didn't follow it, so I don't know. I know he's still in the league, though. And I know that the same lawyer that's went after Puff went after him, Tony Busby. I do know that much. And went after Shannon. That's the only thing I know. I don't know what Deshaun did, man. I haven't followed it. Yeah, so I really don't know what happened. Oh, he did, Ryan? Okay. Yeah, I didn't follow that case at all. But I do know, the only thing I do know, he's rehabbing from that Achilles situation. And that could take a little bit of time. But yeah, man, Shedeur, I just want to say the credit really don't go to the Browns here as far as how he looks. It goes to Darryl from Select QBs. He got Shedeur to this point. For those that don't know, that's what got him here. How he looking the way he's looking. As far as how he launched that ball, he got that from what's his name? He got that from what's his name? Jeff Blake. He got that from Jeff Blake on how he launched that ball. Jeff Blake taught him how to throw the long ball. Jeff Blake, yes. Yes, he worked with Tom Brady. I hate to give him. Yes, he worked with him, but really, for the past 4 seasons, it's been select QBs. It's been Darryl. So Darryl influence has showed tonight as far as his poise, as far as his sidearm. Can Shedeur throw a sidearm? Yes, he can. He can throw sidearm. He can throw everything. It's because of Darryl. Okay, Jeff Blake and Darryl. That's it. That's who gets the credit here. Obviously, Coach Prime. I mean, he's coached them, right? But I'm talking about as far as his poise in the pocket, his skill set. It came from Darryl. Select QBs. Darryl owned his skills. The skills that Shedeur already have, Darryl fine-tuned them. That's what I'm trying to say. Jeff Blake is still a quarterback coach, by the way. He still coaches. But he only do it for the select people. But he does coach still. Besides acting. Yeah, he coaches. But he coached Shedeur though, and he told Shedeur where the power comes from. It comes from his legs. That's where the power, real power, comes from. So he taught him how to do that deep balls. That's why Shedeur does have an arm, and it's accurate. So that's who gets the credit here. The Browns don't get the credit for how he looked tonight. It's actually Darryl. That's who did it. Yeah, he played quarterback before in high school, Brock. Before you talking about Coach Prime, yes. And he ran track and everything else. And played baseball. What the hell didn't he do? He played basketball too. Like, damn. Like, what didn't you play? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, he ran track. He got drafted in baseball, football. He moonlighted running track, though. He didn't do it full time, though. He did it a few meets. He ran at Florida State. But yes, Darryl get the credit tonight. For those that just watching, you don't know, Darryl, you just type in select QBs. He's the quarterback coach. He's also the quarterback coach for Cam Ward. So he worked with Drones, which is Cam Ward's cousin, the quarterback from Virginia Tech. It is on the Sanders Family Values, Al Smith. You remember watching that, right? Ain't that funny when we was watching that, like Shedeur, just a little kid? It's funny now to see him now in the NFL, right? Time flies. It does. Shiloh, too. They were all just little kids, you know? And they're both in the NFL. And the crazy thing is, him and Shedeur went to the NFL together. You thought Shiloh would be there first, but they came in together. I'm the only thing I'm telling you right now, Shedeur, if you play your brother, please slide. If he don't let him tee off on you. Don't give him that. Just slide. You too, Travis, because Shiloh just don't let him tee off on you. He's been itching to get Travis. Please don't tee off on Travis, please. So yeah, Shiloh, but he's good though. He's making the team as well. So we'll see, man. Guys, I appreciate y'all joining. We'll see what happened next week. But Shedeur is still good, so he's definitely playing in the next game. I wouldn't. We'll see what things look like next week. But yeah, man, it was. I'm curious to see the numbers on the views tonight. I'll probably see it tomorrow on what the ratings look like. But I'm sure the ratings is pretty high. Saturday gonna have some good games, right? But they, like I said, Travis only playing for a couple series. I don't think he playing for a whole quarter. I just don't see it. We'll see him on offense and defense, but that'll be about it. For a little bit, he's sitting down. But shout out to Jimmy and LeJontay, man. They definitely doing their thing. Jimmy look crisp out there, don't he? He look like he's been out there for years, man. He don't look like a rookie out there. Telling you, man, it goes to show that those Colorado practices were all that. Thank you, Thomas. I appreciate you. But guys, I will catch you on the next one, man. I just want to come on and give 12 a shout out again. I know I was waiting for Skip Bayless to give his comment on it, and he did. We already know what Shannon and Chad think about it. So we already know what they think about it. And yeah, man, it was good. But shout out to Shedeur, man. He can relax tonight, man. Going to practice with his, building momentum. All right, guys. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Thank y'all for joining. You said, are you going to have another live max on the net? Of course. Yep. I had one tomorrow on the boys tomorrow that's playing. Like I said, we just worried about Shiloh. Just please hit between the numbers, sir. Please. Keep it below the helmet. Please. You said want to hear what Colin Cowherd said. Oh, Paul Feinbaum, you already know what they talking about. They said, man, the NFL is stupid. They already Skip jumped all the way out the window. That's who I was really waiting on. And he's still mad with Tom Brady over this, because he kind of like dished dirt on Brady again, saying that Brady worked with Shedeur too, but he think it was just for show. So he's still mad with Brady. You know what I'm saying? So I know he was going to take a dig at him. I think, like I said, Skip, he likes Deion. You know what I'm saying? That's how he said, I like Deion. He's a Coach Prime kind of guy. So, he going to sit there and talk his talk. I knew that was going to happen. I know, Shannon and Chad's going to say. But yeah, Feinbaum, he's like, man, this is like, he's just shaking his head. They're like, man, the NFL, y'all stupid. Like, like, you know how many people like need his services right now? It's just crazy. Shit, the Steelers need his service. We don't know if Aaron Rodgers is going to go down. They need his services just in case. Like, we got to have a legitimate number 2 in here for Aaron Rodgers just in case something happened. We need him to be ready to go. You need somebody that's ready to go. You know what I'm saying? That's what you need. But all right, let them keep him at 4th string all they want and see what guys. We ain't got to worry about it. Let the fans, the dog pound work. If they start that season off 0-4 or 0-5 or 1-3, it's gonna be a problem up there in Cleveland. I saw how the fans said they were pleased with Shedeur tonight. They liked that. Like, yeah, we like it. But we'll see. That the coach said, the offense wasn't perfect today. We still have something to work on. What the fuck are you talking about? You put a guy out there. Forget it. I don't want to go in on him. It was good tonight. It was good. I'm gonna leave him alone. But guys, I will talk to y'all on the next one. Maybe tomorrow for the other games. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night.